What's up guys, this is Colin with Playtech. Today we're going to be going over the assembly of our Rotate system, the thigh holster adapter using a Safariland 3-hole pattern holster. If you have a holster that is not using the Safariland 3-hole pattern, you'll be using the universal adapter plate that you can find in this blue bag. If you need to use that, check out our YouTube video on how to use the universal mount. Okay, for the Rotate thigh holster adapter system, we've got the bag laid out and everything that we're going to need. What we're going to start with is the bottom plate and standoff arm are going to be the first two pieces we need. We'll move those off to the side. Open up our clear hardware bag. And we'll start with placing the 3 hex head screws in the standoff arm. Once we have those in the standoff arm, we'll take our 3 black dot stickers and just place those over the top of the hex head screws. And this is just going to hold those in there when we have to flip the standoff arm over to assemble it to the back of the holster. Now that we have those stickers in place, we're going to take our holster, flip our standoff arm over, and use the 3 1-inch stainless steel screws to loose fit our standoff arm to the back of the holster. These are all machine screws, so they're going to hand screw in there. If this is your final assembly, we're going to put a dot of Loctite on all of these screws and then hand tighten them in to make sure they don't back out. Now, once we have our standoff arm attached to the holster, it's time to attach the holster to the Rotate plate. And we're going to do that using our 3 binding barrels and washers. Put those together. We'll start with this center hole here. And again, we're just going to hand thread these on. If this is your final assembly, make sure to throw a drop of Loctite in the binding barrel. We'll loose fit all 3 first. Then once you have all 3 threaded, take your Phillips head screwdriver, tighten them down to hand tight. Very important we don't over tighten this set of screws or the system will not be able to rotate. And that is the bottom part assembled. Next, it's time to fit to the drop arm that comes off your belt. So I recommend that you don't start with Loctite in this one. You can see we've got 3 different ports to use for adjustment. Try all 3 first, see which one's going to work for you. Then once you find the length that you like, then go ahead and Loctite this part of the assembly in. The easiest way to put this hex head bolt and screw in is to engage the system and rotate it out of the way. That will give you access to this hole. Drop that last hex head bolt in there. Then use the backing cap. You can see it's got a little square on there. And fit which hole you want. I'm a 6 foot tall guy. I like to run the middle hole. Use your fingers to hold all that together and then just take that backing barrel. Again, if this is your final assembly, throw that drop of Loctite in there. we can hand screw it on. And then we'll just take our Phillips head screwdriver and go to hand tight. Make sure the system rotates. Make sure it rotates back into place. And then it'll be time to place your straps on and you're good to go. In order to put your straps onto your holster, what you'll want to do is feed the strap through as you can see. We've got our clip all on this one side. We'll remove the male end. Before placing the male end on the strap, take one of your tri-glides here and run your strap through your tri-glide. Then we'll put our male end of the strap on. And we'll use this to adjust our sizing. And then that tri-glide is going to hold your excess strap in there. We'll just weave it in behind the first strap we put through. Tighten that down. That's what's going to give you your strap adjustment. Flip it in, you're ready to go. Thanks so much for using the Playtech Rotate system.